Guys, this is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review I want to look at a couple of old Marvel Legends figures. I wasn't really planning on going back to do any more of the old figure reviews just because there's plenty of new stuff coming out in the near future, but I got this guy for the second time actually recently, and I just thought it deserved reviewing. So I'm going to go ahead and look at the Captain Marvel and his variant, which I believe is named Genus Vel, or Genus, I believe it's Genus Vel though. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me, but really great figure, really okay figure. I think they warrant talking about. So they both stand, same height really, at just over 6 inches tall. We'll talk about the regular one first. He's got this Moon Knight base body pretty much. I'm pretty sure Moon Knight had the one with the extra detailing in the thighs. So I'm pretty sure this is him almost all the way through. He's got the pretty junky feet. They're these really flat, long-looking ones, but they have all the articulation you could want. He really has about as much articulation as you can fit on a 6-inch figure. Head pivot, swivel, double shoulder, ball disc shoulder, bicep swivel, double elbow, wrist rotation, wrist pivot, finger pivot, same thing on the other side. Ab crunch, waist twist, wide jointed ball disc hips, so it could have been better there, but it is there. Thigh swivel built in, double jointed knee, shin swivel, ankle pivot, ankle rocker, and a toe pivot. Both versions have all the same articulation. Really the biggest complaint I have for this guy, aside from the strange looking feet, which isn't a big deal, is the hands. His right hand is a fist hand, and from that angle it looks okay. From that angle it looks okay kinda, but when I open his hand you can really tell he's missing about half of his fingers. Not number wise, but lengthwise. I don't know why they made the fist so goofy looking on this guy, but you can hide it enough, I think, just by posing him right, so it's not a huge fault. And then this hand is just kind of silly looking. You can make his hand go straight out like that, but any sort of posing just makes it look stupid, so it's really strange that they put that in there. So his hands aren't the best and his feet aren't the best. This version doesn't have any shading, but the line work is done fairly well. The metallic gold looks nice, and the head sculpt is pretty good. A little bit of shading in the hair. So overall it's a decent figure with great articulation, and it's definitely a nice display piece. He's got good shelf presence. Even though it's not perfect, he's got good coloring and good sculpt and all that kind of stuff, so that's nice. Now the variant, I think, is a much better figure, even though he has the same problem with the hands and feet. He's half translucent and has tons of shading on him. He's got the different sculpt for the head, which is a really nice sculpt job. The shading on the hair looks really good. I know it's white, so it's probably hard to see, but the shading looks really good. He's solid translucent blue with all these little white specks on him, which look awesome. They did a really good job with that. They painted the red parts on so that it looked like he was actually wearing something that wasn't solid translucent. And then they did some nice airbrush type of shading on him, which looks really good throughout, really adds to the figure. The gold's the same for the wrist and the chest, and his hands are the clear blue also. And they have the white specks on the forearms. So even though it's got the same flaws, it's a really nice looking figure. If you don't have it, I suggest you get it, because you can look past the flaws pretty easily. And at least for me, the clear blue with the white specks is just really, really nice. And then the extra airbrush shading on the rest of the figure. Great display piece. Maybe not the best figure ever, but he's got all the articulation you could want and lots of nice little paint details and things like that. So very nice figure overall. I do suggest you find one if you can. I like it a lot, and I think you will too. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for some more videos and a bunch of customs coming up. I have a whole bunch on the workbench, so they should be sometime soon, done sometime soon. We'll see, I guess. But keep an eye out for all of that stuff and more reviews, and in the meantime, keep collecting.